suppose.
We suppose.
Here we are today with a new episode of Pints and Pages. I'm Nick.
I'm Brad.
I'm Levi.
And last week, Levi was a little under the weather.
Yeah.
I was heading to California. So we sorry about missing last week. Brad's been under the weather, so...
Yeah.
We're all getting hit.
Yeah, we're all getting hit. We do have new lighting in the podcast room.
They should notice.
yeah. So
compared to the last,
so you'll be able to see that. So on today's episode, or this week's episode, I guess we're going to probably be dominant about Marvel Rivals, maybe the new Magic set. I don't know a whole lot about the reprint because it's a reprint set. Right?
Okay, you're talking remastered.
Or remastered.
We could talk about it in Innistrad.
So we could talk about that for a little bit. I don't know if you guys have anything else to talk about.
Not really.
I'm going to beat the dead horse and ask the question. So, how are we enjoying the new characters and Rivals? The new season?
I can't get the hang of Mr. Fantastic, but I like Invisible Woman. Like, I play as her, and like she's probably one of the more fun healers for me to play. Like, I know her. I got her kit down real quick and easy, and it's like it's a lot more.
I've noticed too many people trying to play her, but they won't play her as an actual healer. They're standing up with the tanks trying to play her as a DPS, and I'm like, that's not how this character works.
She's back. No. She is so good at backline protection. Like, fucking sit back with a healer and watch a Psylocke come my way. And, like,
oh, yeah.
There are some deadly combos you can do to get some quick damage off, but you're very dependent on having an ally right next to you. So the best bet with her is to stay in the backline with the healers and heal your other fucking healer. And then as soon as somebody tries to jump your ass, like a fucking Iron Fist, Spider-Man, Psylocke, you pull out her combo, and it's like a split second, they're fucking dead. And then you just kind of turn and go back. But, like, that's the whole thing. You just sit back and protect. You don't want to...
I've enjoyed playing her a lot.
I haven't played either one of them.
Yeah.
So,
what the fuck?
Yeah, I know. I played a little bit of them in that new Doom format.
The Doom match.
But not really in a
You mean the Pick Wanda game mode?
Yeah.
Pick Wanda
I've yet
if you want to win game mode?
I've yet to see a Wanda win that game mode on...
Shit, that was the only fucking... It was...
You just get your ult and fucking destroy everybody.
No, you just, as soon as you spawn, you just hold down your fucking mouse button and run the fuck around, and you just...
Oh, yeah, because she's got that...
Yeah. Everybody's fighting each other, and then... No, that's the
only time I play
I've
Mr.
won.
Fantastic on Doom match.
Yeah.
Because he has enough damage output, but he also tanks himself because he can turn into that massive tank form.
Yeah.
And in a 1v1 environment, it's so easy to build that elasticity over and over again and hit 100, go tank, beat their ass down, go find another person, turn into a tank again, beat their ass down. Because that's the one thing I love is he keeps all of his damage output even though he becomes 700 HP and swings at the same rate of speed. So he becomes a tank that deals fucking 125 damage.
Being in California all week, I watched a lot of Rivals. So I watched Tim, the Tap Man, and I watched...
Good friend of the show, we know you're watching.
Yeah, and I watched Nade Shot.
He's probably cussed one of us out while playing.
I ain't even close to being the same rank. So
he was stuck in bronze for a while.
I think now I'm the closest to his rank, but he's gotten into Grandmaster now.
It helps.
Is he in Grandmaster?
I thought he was.
Nate is. I don't know about Tim.
It helps when you have a gigantic following of people who want to reach out and play games with you.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I'll give those guys because a lot of them.
It's one thing
the big one
themselves.
The big one right now is there's a Twitch streamer named XQC who's sitting at Eternity, which is the one above Grandmaster, and everyone's like, "Oh, he's being carried." He was an Overwatch pro, which Overwatch is the game that's very similar to this.
Right.
He was an Overwatch pro, considered one of the best before he became a streamer, and then he quit playing Overwatch, became a streamer, and then now Marvel Rivals has came out. But because he's playing with old Overwatch pros, everyone's calling him carried and boosted all the way up to his rank. So a lot of the Twitch streamers won't play with viewers. They'll only play with specific people because they don't want to get called boosted.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Tim has been playing a lot of alone Like
Yeah.
it's single play.
Well, he started a separate account
Yes. Yeah.
because he was so tired of the boosted allegations. He's like, all right, I'll make my own account, a separate account, play only solo queue by myself, and I will prove to you guys I will make it right back to where I was at.
Yeah.
Has he?
I don't know. He just started the account, so I'm not sure where he's at.
I learned a lot watching Nate Shot because it's funny the strategy for Punisher, because like if the other team's got a really good group, you want a Punisher out there to break the walls. Like that's Punisher's only job is to break the walls. Get rid of Groot's walls.
Break down the walls of Jericho.
That way everybody else can do their job. So you always want to, if the other team's got a good group that is just walling you off, like Punisher is a fantastic just set up and just take walls down.
I use Squirrel Girl for that also.
Yeah, he played a lot of Squirrel Girl too. He plays Bucky. He plays a lot of Moon Knight.
Yes, Nate loves Moon Knight.
Yeah, so I learned a lot watching those guys.
Yeah.
Like just strategy wise. Like, and I haven't been on. I need to get on. I'll probably play tonight, but I learned a lot. Like
yeah, you
just
got
strategy.
your headset and mic arm.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm all set up with.
Yeah,
my-
he's gonna be streaming with him.
Yeah. I'm hoping to start streaming on Twitch or something. So
Yeah, I'll have to help
Yeah.
you get that set up.
yeah, so I can get 2 viewers and Brett and
Nate.
Nate.
Seth, if you have drops enabled.
Yeah.
Drops enabled. That's what I love about Rivals. A lot of other games, in order to have drops enabled on your stream, you have to be a big enough streamer where basically the company recognizes you. In Rivals, it's like, no, we don't care. If you want to, this could be your first stream ever. Boot it up. Drops are enabled. Anyone watching will get drops.
Yeah, that's nice.
So that's nice. Yeah, that's
Keeps
nice.
people from. It keeps from snowballing the big dudes even further than
Yeah.
what they are. Because it's an unfair advantage. Oh, you get special shit because you have so many followers. It's like, how about you give the handicappers?
Yeah, and speaking of that,
Yeah.
was like Tim didn't stream yesterday, or and I don't think he's streaming today because of football. Football's on, so I think he's
Fucking
doing.
nerd.
I think he's doing football.
He needs to do it the right way, like the streamer I watch, where he just has a big fucking 55-inch TV above his streaming setup, where he's got 4 different football
He's probably
broadcasts.
going, since the Lions played last night, him and Ninja probably went to Detroit to see the game.
Are they from around this area? Well, I say this area, Midwest.
Ninja's from Detroit.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, Ninja's from Detroit.
I think all those guys would
They
be
got
out in LA.
fucking smoked last night by the Washington Commanders. Fucking smoked. Detroit was the Super Bowl favorite going into the playoffs, and they got slaughtered by the last team in.
By the worst named team in the
the Washington Commanders.
I hate that. They should have just left it the Redskins.
Oh, yeah, I forgot you guys were even talking about. I zoned out for a minute.
But anyway, to go back,
I was like, oh.
to go back to what it was, I saw yesterday at the store while the guys were playing Magic. I was watching Nate Shot, and to your point, he was like, anybody watching my stream on Twitch? I'm playing with, and he gave the names of the 2 guys that he was playing with, and he's like, you guys need to go over, pull up their Twitch, follow them. I'm not asking you to donate any money, but give them followers, show them some love, get in their chat. Like, he was building the guys up, and they got on today with him before I left to go get the light, and they were thanking him for, like, they had a whole bunch of new followers, and their chat was a lot more active, and they were getting a lot more interaction. So they thanked him for giving them shout outs and helping out. But that's what he was all about yesterday. He was like, I need everybody in my chat to go over there and follow these guys and do what you can, and they're good dudes. They're trying to get started, and I was like, that's fucking cool, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of how Nate Shot was one of the older Call of Duty YouTubes, but he got big once he joined a professional team and essentially had that same environment around him.
Yeah.
Where people were like, hey, look, this is Nate Shot. Go check him out.
Yeah.
And then he also started helping winning tournaments, so that helps out too.
Yeah,
But,
so I thought that was very cool when guys like that are willing to do shit like that. So
that's the one thing I will always give the streaming space / content creator space. It's props. Is they're always very good about finding a lot of big streamers. They don't talk about it very much, but they'll find smaller streamers and coach them and help them. Be like, hey, do this, do that. I'll help you push engagement, or I'll do this, and just help them build their channels because they'll find people that are like, this is a cool guy. He's not getting any support. Let's help him out.
yeah.
It's the one thing I always give that community props for because a lot of them could be dickheads about it.
I hope that I'm one of those guys at some point.
We'll get there, Dad. We'll get there.
Yeah, and my bronze too.
Just might be one of the background voices that people will get a laugh at every now.
You know what we should do? We should put Dad on a computer setup because we could actually get. I found a dumb economy out, and you might understand this. I know you won't. I did not know that there was a massive economy in League of Legends for buying Iron 4 accounts. Iron 4 accounts are worth more money than a bronze, silver, or a low-tier gold account on League of Legends. Because Iron 4 is you have to be so bad at the game to get that low that the game will never place you down there. So you have to be just horrible at the game, and therefore those... a hand-leveled Iron 4 account is considered like a rarer account.
Fuck.
They go for about $100 to $150.
You just sit there and farm them for no reason.
Yeah.
What's the whole point?
People for some reason, the League community for the last couple of years has been really big into going from Iron 4 to as high as they can go. They want to take an account from...
bragging rights?
Bragging rights. Kind of like Marvel Rivals started everyone down at the lowest tier you could be. They're wanting to start at the lowest tier you can and then bragging rights their way all the way up.
That's wild.
But we could because Dad knows nothing about League of Legends, we could make him farm accounts for us.
And we can tell him false information to drive his fucking skill level even further.
There we go.
We'll just make sure he plays.
And we'll set the stream up and be like, look, we're teaching the new guy in League of Legends, and then everyone's gonna it's gonna create a massive following because everyone's gonna hate me and Brad for telling you how to play the game wrong. It's great. I already got this planned out. Me and Brad will be making money selling the account. I got this.
Nice.
Can Nick play League of Legends with chopsticks? That's what we'll do. Is we'll force him to play League of Legends with different objects instead of his hands.
This makes me think there's a guy that does that for COD.
Freddy Krueger gloves.
There's a guy who does that for COD where he'll winning a game of free for all with a Guitar Hero controller.
Oh God.
Yeah. Blink, blink. Oh,
Yeah. I don't know. Do you know the game Elden Ring or Dark Souls? Any of those? It's that same guy does it with that. He'll play Elden Ring with like a Guitar Hero controller, or with the Rock Band drum set, or with an N64 controller. Like he'll just take anything and everything he can find that's not the console's controller and try to beat a game with it. I've seen him do it with bongos. The fucking Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong bongo.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Wow.
I can't even remember what game he was playing, but I watched him play it with bongos, and I was like, what?
Oh, I wonder what he could do with the microphone that came with one of the Mario parties that came out on GameCube.
It had buttons on it, didn't it?
It had a button, and it slid into the memory card slot. And I remember for the Mario Party it came out with, you just kind of shared the controller, but there was a fucking microphone. I still have one at the house, too.
That's funny as fuck. I didn't know about that.
Switch 2 announcement.
Switch 2
got announced.
Mario.
I've been fucking talking about this somewhat for months, where I'm like, man, I really want a console, and I was like, I want a Switch, but I think I'm just going to wait. because I think they're going to announce Switch 2 pretty soon. And by God, they fucking announced it.
I haven't looked at the announcement, but all I gotta say is, what more could they be doing?
The screen's a little bit bigger.
They're make better, yeah, it's better hardware upgrade. Essentially, it's just a really good version of the Switch.
They said they upgraded the hardware to be equivalent to PS4 Pro now.
Yeah,
or something
it's
like
like and I don't think that's a bad thing necessarily.
And
I don't think it's a bad
the
thing.
controllers are mice.
Yeah, I was gonna say also in their advertisement they use them as like racing cars, so
Yeah.
everyone's assuming you're gonna be able to. There's gonna be some kind of function with them like that. My only confusion of the reason I say why, or I'm a little negative about it, is the Switch did great with what it was supposed to do, playing Nintendo games.
Yeah.
And then they got, I don't want to say greedy because it sounds mean, and I'm not trying to be super negative about it, but they started wanting to get like the new Mortal Kombat game. They talked about getting the new Call of Duty game on it and doing all this other stuff, and it's like, that's not what this console was built for.
Right.
Now they're building a console for it, and in my opinion, hearing that they're only making it, and I get it, it's a portable console, you can only do so much, but when your bragging rights are, I got it to last generation's Pro model, and you're still going to try to put new games on it, I'm like, you just fell short. You fell short of what I feel like it should have been. Like, if you're going to try to make a console to play the newer games, make a fucking console. Don't make a
I don't think
portable
it's necessarily
console.
to play newer games. Nintendo makes their product to play Nintendo.
Well, yes, I agree.
And those are all third-party games where that's other people trying to push the hardware. So I don't know if that necessarily reflects.
But what I'm
back
saying
on
is,
I
Nintendo.
think
Nintendo for a long time quit allowing those third-party games because the last Call of Duty that was on them was Black Ops 2, and then they admitted our consoles cannot handle these, and it just doesn't fit the Nintendo directive. So they quit doing it.
Yeah.
And then now the Switch came out. The Switch got super big like the Wii and the Wii U were. And so they were like, all right, let's
the
get...
Wii U was not big.
The Wii U was not that big. It did not get the number of sales they wanted, but they thought it was going to be big. That's more of what I meant.
that motherfucker...
The Wii was
I know
massive.
of
They
one person
thought the
that
Wii...
ever owned one.
I had a buddy that owned one. I loved the Wii U.
We played Smash on it all the time.
The cool thing, because, again, one of the last Nintendo consoles to have like a COD, I found it cool because playing COD, there was no mini-map on the screen.
Yeah.
And none of that was, like, you almost had no HUD. It was all on the gamepad.
See, for me, as someone who's bought almost every single fucking Nintendo product, with the exception of Wii U and like one version of a GameCube somewhere in the line, I have I would not buy Call of Duty for it.
I agree.
There's no reason to, really.
I want the stupid games like fucking Mario Kart, and I want my goddamn next Animal Crossing. Whatever Animal Crossing, they better fucking have a launch title.
Oh,
I'm gonna be pissed.
Definitely.
You know we're gonna get a baller ass fucking Legend of Zelda. Like,
see, my only reason to own a Nintendo console is for two games: any of the Mario parties and Pokemon.
Yeah, Pokemon too. There you go. Pokemon be good, but see, that's where I'm not.
But
sure.
also, we may not even get any more new Pokemon because, well, we'll get new Pokemon, but Game Freak officially retired.
Yeah.
The company that has made Pokemon games since Pokemon games started retired last year.
They stopped with.
They announced, they said we were no longer going to play. We were no longer going to make Pokemon games. They didn't even state that they even had a project that they were going to work on next. They almost made it sound like, yep, game company's done. I doubt that's actually what's going to happen, but
it's definitely a, you buy a Nintendo regardless of what it is, and you buy it for Mario Kart, Mario Party, Legends of Zelda, Smash.
Yeah.
That's why you buy a Switch.
Also,
I would not have called it.
Japanese release games or something that are fucking amazing to look at.
I would not have called it a Switch 2. I would have called it like Switch Pro. Or done something because it is really kind of exactly like the Switch, just bigger. I mean, they upgraded the Switch
Look at your
for sure.
phone, though.
I was gonna say,
If you don't number phones, we'd never know what fucking phone
I was
it
gonna
is.
say, look at
that's
your
true.
PlayStation.
Yeah,
Like the PlayStation itself looks different, but it's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's the same software and a new hardware.
yeah,
Well-
but to me, when you're doing the exact same model
They did that.
of gaming system,
They
and
did
you're
that
just,
with the Switch already once, technically.
With the OLED.
Yeah, with the OLED.
Oh, yeah, I guess they did. didn't
So they actually, where PS5, PS whatever fuck number you're on, where they put out the Pro, the OLED was the Switch Pro,
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah.
So this would be the next one.
Yeah, I guess you got a point
And,
there. I didn't think about it. They went Switch Lite, Switch OLED.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Switch 2, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
Because we have the Switch Lites, and they're great, but, I mean, it's just a handheld. Like, it is...
You can't dock that to a TV.
No,
No,
you can't dock the light.
You can use it as a controller in some games, though.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But not all of them. It's not like I can't roll up to Mario Party with it, I don't think.
Oh, okay.
I know you can Mario Kart.
Can you?
Yeah, because that's how my brother-in-law played.
Well,
with
some
us.
of them need to have the game to
Yeah.
be a controller for that said game as well, I think. I can't remember how it works. Because I think you're
It's-
technically playing online at that point. When you play Smash with it and you play Mario Kart, I think you're technically joining the lobby.
Yeah.
So, since it's, and you guys may not know, since it's basically kind of sort of the same thing, just upgraded, is it going to be backwards compatible?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's something else that's cool, is being able to play games that already fucking got on it.
Oh, right.
That's one thing and if we had a bigger following, I know I'd get flamed for this. Everyone blows Nintendo a lot of shit because of how sometimes it's hard to access their older games. Ever since the Switch, in my opinion, they have done a beauty of just putting anything that's not a new generation Switch game, it's just on their marketplace.
Shit, that's the way.
Like,
they've
all
been
the way-
doing it since the Wii.
They've been doing that since
Yeah,
the Wii.
but people online, you could find all these people. Well, they didn't have this game and they didn't have that game, and I had no way to put this game on there or do this.
Do they now, though, is the question.
I was gonna say I don't know because that's getting into
Yeah.
nitpicking, but I do know that they've broadened their
Yeah.
older genre. It's the one thing I love to give them is that they've always kept broadening and kept being like, hey, yes, go back, play the NES game on my fucking Switch, play the Super
I
NES
feel
game.
like Nintendo does that the best. I also feel like the next best to do that is Xbox.
Yeah.
Xbox is
PlayStation lets their shit just go to the waste.
But PlayStation
Xbox
is the
and-
worst at it, for
I
sure.
was gonna say Xbox and Nintendo are tied for the best because you're if you got a Series X and even your Xbox One, if I could go up and grab my original Xbox game, plug that fucking or put that disc right in your tray and it'll boot right.
Right. Not to mention the fact that you can just go on
The market.
to Sony's, or not, Microsoft's marketplace and buy
Yeah.
any old game that you wanted.
So that's the thing that's always that every other console lover has had over me as a PlayStation lover because every year we get fucked. Every time they come out with a new console, they're like, "Don't worry, this one will be backwards compatible all the way back to the PlayStation 1. You'll be able to play any game in your library." And then the console comes out, and the first thing people try to do is put a PS1 game in there. Won't read.
Right.
PS2 game won't read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like the PS5, you're lucky now. You can play the PS4 games.
Oh.
Can't play PS3 games, but you can play your PS4 games. And I'm
Yeah.
like, what the fuck is the point of this? I have stacks of games upstairs that I now just can't touch. I probably wouldn't have anyways, but if I wanted to play one of those games,
Yeah.
I can't touch it.
Yeah, it's not the matter of whether or not you would play it or not. It's the fact that you're paying so much for a system, you want to be able to.
Yeah.
Like it's bullshit that you can't.
I hate that I have to fucking download a PS4 emulator just to play certain fucking games in a higher quality.
Yeah. It's
Because they refuse to remaster this game, Bloodborne. It's another Souls-like game. It was only made on the PS4, but it came in 60 FPS, but it was only at like 1080p. Well, to get it in like 4K or a higher resolution and keep 60 frames a second, the only way to do that is emulate it on a PC. Because they won't remaster it and it's not backwards compatible. Well, it's backwards compatible, but it reverts it back to the PlayStation 4 version. They don't have an upgrade for it.
Right.
Fucking stupid.
Because that's the other thing. Sony buys up all these companies and then kills them. Sly Cooper, one of the fucking biggest. Sly Cooper, Jack and Daxter.
They have
Ratchet and Clank.
Ratchet and Clank.
They have some of the best duo games.
Ratchet
ever.
and Clank was one of the coolest fucking series.
I love Ratchet and Clank. But the 3 biggest IPs they had, some of the biggest IPs they had, they've killed them.
Yeah.
They won't touch them. They won't release new games. They won't do anything with them.
Yeah, they won't
The
even
most
bring
they
them
do
back.
is Sly Cooper gets a remaster on every console. That's the most they get.
Yeah. That's the most they get is a remaster.
Which one is Sly Cooper?
He's a raccoon
He stole shit.
He's a thief. He has
He came out on PlayStation 2.
Yeah, he's got the blue
okay.
thief
Yeah.
They
mask.
also released that on GameCube, right?
Yes.
I believe so.
Yes.
I believe so.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I've played all those games. I love them. Hunter loves them. Talk about a man that plays a game too much. He's all 3 of them 4 of them fucking memorized. So much so, his brother, and his dad were sitting up in his room, his apartment, drinking, and because they just released him on PS5, remastered them or whatever, and he was going through the platinum them, and his brother, they're drinking bullshit, and his brother's like, so you just remember all this stuff, Sat? And he's like, sometimes I miss 1 or 2 of the collectibles that throughout the map. And within 30 seconds of starting, he's ran through everything, got to the end. He's like, oh, look, I got them all. Don't worry. And his brother's like, oh, yeah, you forget a couple, don't you, dumbass? He's got it, because he ran me through it also, because I won the Platinum Trophy. And within, I think, 45 minutes, we had the first game beat and Platinumed. Because he has them, he's done them so much. It's dumb. It's
That's how I
retarded.
was with the first Lego Star Wars. I can remember every little fucking hidden everything, had every 100% on that one. Could never do it on another Lego game because of how much that took.
The Lego games are some of the only games that I've tried and never 100%ed any of them.
Just the fucking first Lego Star Wars, because after that it was like I knew how much it took. And I was like, I'm not doing that again.
I tried to do it on the newest Skywalker Saga one.
I got blue nose.
That is a pain in the ass. Because unlike all the other Lego games where it's like, okay, you got your levels, you're just re-going through the games, they made it all open world. So you still have your levels, you replay the movies and shit, but now you have side quests outside of those.
Oh, God.
And it's all open world, and the collectibles are all, you just explore the planets and shit. It is a pain in the ass to try to 100% that game now.
Oh, man. Yeah, that is... I enjoyed the Lego Star Wars when it first came out. I didn't get into any of the other ones. Because there's there's Star Wars, there's Harry Potter.
There's The Hobbit, there's The Incredibles.
There's
Marvel.
Yeah.
There's Marvel, there's DC. there's a bunch.
The Marvel one's fun. That's kind of wild. I'm used to the Star Wars one where it's like, okay, you either hit him with a blaster or you hit him with a fucking lightsaber. And the Marvel one's like, the Marvel heroes, and I'm like, I can fly around on this one. This
Yeah. The Hobbit one, the Lord of the Rings Hobbit one, is the one that gets. It is one of the most popular ones next to all the Star Wars ones because it gets speed ran because it has insane glitches where out of the start you can hit a certain combo against a fucking tree or some shit and it'll teleport you to the end of the game.
No. Huh.
So people speed run that because you can complete the game in 45 seconds or some shit like that.
That's fascinating. That's weird.
It requires a bunch of glitches. That is something I enjoy watching. I can't do them.
You know what would be interesting is, and we thought of it first, so we should get rights. Because they have the sets of the video games, if Lego and Nintendo did a Lego Mario game where it was just
oh yeah,
where it was where it was all Lego, you were almost playing Mario 1 or something, but everything was Lego. It would be interesting, or you could do an open world Mario, but
they've done open world Mario.
but like Lego.
That's something else. Switch 2 is going to have a new open world Mario.
Is it?
I mean, every
every one of them do.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You got like the Galaxy, Mario Galaxy,
Mario Odyssey.
Sunshine.
I'm so out of the
Odyssey.
loop with Nintendo other than like Party and Kart. That's like Super Smash Brothers is something that I always thought was like a cool concept, and they did
Super
very well.
Smash Brothers has always been my shit, but
They did very well. I thought Nintendo did a very good job on it.
I never have enough people that actually genuinely enjoy the game, so it turns into me just beating people's asses over. Because like my friends are like, yeah, it's a fun game to play every once in a while, but they won't play with me because I enjoy the game. I will play it not in a party setting, so I just beat their asses over and over again.
Right.
To the point where they have to 3v1 me, and even then it's like, oh, okay, now I have to try to play this game.
Yeah.
Not that I'm good at all, but I'm just better than they are.
Right. Because you play it, yeah.
Yeah, because I'll sit here and play online or play just against fucking 5 PCs or NPCs that are at the highest difficulty.
With Smash, I get about the same way, but that's because I've sat there and as soon as I got it, played through every possible, like the quickest way to unlock every character you can.
Yeah.
And without spending time. And then, like, of course, the characters that require you to have done so many things over time will get eventually. But no, that is always my focus with it. So by the time I'm, like, actually playing with people or inviting someone over, I've had a week into it, I've unlocked all the characters, and I'm just like let's go. Like, I'm just sit here and beat your ass with my little controller.
Yeah. With the little...
Yeah.
No, I play with an actual fucking controller.
Do you? You don't play with the little Switch controller? Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't play with the little Joy-Con. I'd kill myself. That thing's too tiny.
It is small.
That's my only complaint about the Switch is the Joy-Cons.
Mm.
Great idea.
They made them bigger.
Did they make them bigger?
Yeah.
I was
Because
gonna
they
say,
made the screen bigger.
so
So they had to make the Joy-Cons bigger.
I was just saying, great idea, great concept, and I like the way it turned out, but when you do play some games where it's like, oh, 2-player, but you gotta use the Joy-Cons, it feels so... I feel like I'm gonna break the motherfucker.
Yeah.
Because they're also...
Trying to lean and get into games too hard.
Oh, shit. So, tell me about Innistrad.
What about Innistrad?
Like,
Vampires.
is that what it is?
So, Olivia, the vampire, married Edgar Markov back so many years ago.
So it's all like...
It's vampires, werewolves. It's our horror set.
And they're all...
Well, no, I wouldn't say werewolves because they have not reprinted... They've reprinted some, but none of the werewolves... There's nothing day or night bound in this new set at all.
Well, yeah, because everyone hated day and night.
Yeah, they hated it. So it's really lacking in werewolves because there's not many werewolves that don't have day or night bound.
I was just say originally Innistrad was vampires, werewolves, and shit like that. This time I doubt we're gonna see many werewolves.
It's
period in the
mostly
future.
Fucking vampires.
Because they did.
It's just remastered, so they're all cards.
It's all reprints.
It's all reprints, right?
Some things have new borders or different artwork, but it's all reprints.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the chase thing. Is like some things are coming in retro frames that have never had the old borders. Some things are coming in the full arts and the foils, and
there's good high value reprints in it too.
Dude, I can't believe. Like, I'm not surprised, but I am surprised that they're actually reprinting Edgar Markov.
And is that the big card that everybody's gonna want?
Yeah, because he was originally printed in a commander deck, and that commander deck was $400 secondary market. Last time
He was the.
Oh wow. Okay.
So
he's the most powerful commander ever.
He's the most powerful Eminence commander, and just vampire commander and commander.
With the way the Pro Tour and everything goes in the other formats, vampires always get busted and broken and win, and it's the black ones that do it. So really, like, he's definitely a good all around.
But especially in that set, because that was the Eminence set where they had all the commanders that in the command zone still had abilities that worked. like a Rabo cat that would give other cats +2/+2 even if he was in the command zone.
Okay.
But that was the only set he was ever, not even set, that was the only way he was printed, was in that commander set. So unless you bought that,
already pre-ordering for $100 new version that's going to be in it. It's already going for $100 for that version.
That price will slightly dip and then skyrocket afterwards.
Yeah. The base regular non-foil pack version of him is $73.74, and the set's not even out yet.
That one will dip also. I don't know if it will skyrocket again after it, but it will.
Retro's less than that. $4 less.
But yeah, it's kind of like every commander or every preset of commanders. There's one that everybody wants and it takes off, but that one became so powerful because just vampires are so busted.
So it looks like, for the most part, it's going to be him and Emrakul, and then showcases and Craterhoof.
Yeah, Craterhoof was another big one that they're reprinting.
Snapcaster Mage, Liliana, special artworks for fucking...
I was going to say, Snapcaster, that's another good pull. Liliana quit becoming such a good pull because they kept reprinting Liliana.
Speaking of the vampires that win competitive, Soren. Soren. The one that fucking fetches you a vampire. Wins you game.
Yeah.
Sorry for that, blowing my nose on camera.
Oh well, shit happens.
You gotta do what you gotta do, man.
Yeah.
So
I'm excited for Innistrad, but the remastered sets I never really get that much hype for because it's all just reprintings and cards. My hype comes from, all right, for a short period of time or sometimes even longer, depending on how the reprints go, the prices will drop. Like, yeah, they're pretty high on pre-sale, but that's every fucking set. Once the set actually comes out, all those prices plummet. And it makes it a little cheaper to grab some cards for a short period of time. Right. Typically, they go back up, but they'll settle lower than what their peak was, typically. Unless a Pro Tour goes through and all of a sudden everybody plays one card.
Do you think they're going to unban Grizzlebrand? Say reprint him in this fucking set? Because he's banned in Commander, right?
He's banned in everything, besides
So why the fuck are they reprinting?
But why reprinting then?
Because he's not banned in Legacy, and Legacy players love him.
Oh.
And he was such a big part of that set. Like, I don't know if he came... I think he came out in that set, but...
yeah, but Nadu was such a... Just kidding. Nobody like that.
I was going to say, Grizzlebrand still sees play. The reason... Grizzlebrand will never get unbanned in Commander for the pure sake of it's too easy to cheat him out too early. Yeah. Like turn 2, turn 3, sometimes even turn 1. And you have such a high life total that his pay 7 life draw... It's either pay 7, draw 7, or it's pay 7, do something. I can't remember what exactly it is. It just becomes too powerful. Because you have so much life that you can just sacrifice at the beginning. Because I can pay that twice and still sit at 26. And how many games have you won sitting under 30 life? A lot of people do it. Unless you're playing a life game deck.
Yeah, that's where I play the deck where he's my commander. Then I'd have a card that says whenever your opponents lose life, you gain life. And then fucking Blood Pact and, Blood Artist and all them other things. And then it's just like, I pay 7 life. And I win. And then you walk away and then that's it.
Yeah.
Like, that's a fucking Grizzlebrand deck. Because you just get everything out to make that combo where all you do is trigger his shit once and win.
Yeah, he's a very powerful card. Very insane.
That is funny, though, that they're reprinting him, but he's banned in everything but Legacy.
Nobody actually plays Legacy either. I don't believe it exists. I think it's one of those, oh yeah, here's these formats and there's players for them. And I'm like,
I love this conspiracy theory of yours. Because we've had this argument with Modern too.
I'm telling you, there's just formats that don't exist.
There's formats that they like, but nobody plays them. Yeah. Nobody.
There might be 10 guys in Canada.
Yeah. 10 guys in Canada and Clinton. And Clinton.
Yeah, Clinton.
Who refuses to play Commander. Yeah.
Clinton's just special. Seems like a great guy, but fucking Christ, just special with the fact that he's like, yeah, no, these cards from like what, early 2000s, 99, I'm just going to play with these only and this only, and that's all I want.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, everything's going to evolve and expand.
I'm only going to play cards from 25 years ago, and I only ever want to play these.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a format that's technically non-existent anymore because standard from then was different format.
Right. He's playing just pure old constructed.
Yeah. I don't know, playing standard. What year? Because none of these cards are legal in standard.
If anything, what he does play is vintage.
Yeah. No, it's definitely vintage.
He just doesn't have... He may have the cards, I don't know. I've never seen them, but he just doesn't play the vintage decks that are, run 5 Moxes and all black.
I don't think he has Power 9.
He doesn't have Power 9.
I don't think so.
I mean, shit, Power 9's so expensive, I don't blame him for not having it.
Yeah, that's one of those things, if I had it, I'd sell it, because it's not legal in this shit I play.
Yeah, I don't...
I get the Moxes that are legal. I get
Right.
Opal and...
Did you see we're getting a new Lotus?
Yeah.
In Innistrad?
No, in Aetherdrift.
Here's the thing.
What's the
I don't
new Lotus?
really think it'll be much... Look at the one from Outlaws.
Yeah, I was going to say the one from Outlaws.
Well, the reason I bring it up is because it goes one of two ways. We either get the one from Outlaws or the other Lotuses where it's like, this is all right, it's okay.
Yeah.
Or we get another Jeweled Lotus.
Yeah.
Because Jeweled Lotus is what got banned recently.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It's going to be Lotus Wheel, and it's going to make your cars go faster.
There you go.
So you get 3 extra speed.
It's going to be
It's the
Pedal
new
Lotus.
energy mechanic with kicker.
We already have some kind of Lotus pedal.
Yeah, it's going to be Lotus Pedal with a D.
Yeah, with a D. Yeah, like
my
as
God.
in a car pedal.
It's going to be someone's decked out fucking...
Yeah, I'm not talking.
Out fucking
I'm not
rig.
talking with a T. I'm talking with a D.
Jesus Christ. Have we even gotten any actual leaks from Aetherdrift? 'Cause
No, we're not even at spoiler season yet.
I was going to say, I didn't think we were.
We're getting there. Teasers have been rolling out. They've been talking about storyline, storyboard.
I thought we had some cards from Aetherdrift.
We've got some cards, but not like official spoiler season. I think starts this week.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
With the release of Innistrad.
Because it's like a
'Cause
month. It's the month
it's 2
leading up to
weeks.
the set's release.
Well, I know Innistrad Remastered and Aetherdrift are only like a 2 or 3 week difference.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Which, to me, still blows my fucking mind why you would do that. People bitch constantly about there being too much product and too much shit coming out too fast. And then they're like, okay, we'll listen. Because I remember they did make some comment about it. And then they're like, yeah, we're going to take a remastered set and 2 weeks later give you a new standard set.
Yeah.
Have fun.
And then, but then there's a big jump between.
Yeah, because there's no releases ever in December.
There was no release in December. We're not getting one in, is it March or April?
What's
That
the
was
next
same
step?
that was the same as 2023.
I don't think we're getting one in March.
I think it's March.
I think it skips to like the beginning of April.
Right now I'm looking at the teasers. Like, apparently there's a 1313 vehicle with Crew 2 that costs 1 mana to cast.
Yeah. So
Which
one
means
mana-
by turn 3 you could be swinging a 1313 at somebody.
No, you could do that. You could do that at turn 2.
Yeah, because Crew doesn't...
Because there's 2 ones that cost 1 mana.
well, also, Crew isn't affected by Summoning Sickness. You can Crew even with Summoning Sickness creature.
The turn you play it.
Yeah.
So you play that turn 1, turn 2. Technically, you could play it on turn 1 and get him swinging because of Dark
Sure.
Ritual.
Yeah.
You play in black. You play in black.
Is Dark Ritual back in Standard?
Well, in standard. Oh,
Yeah, I was thinking Standard. I mean, yeah, you could do it in Commander very,
I
very
was just-
fucking so easy.
yeah. It's like you might as well. That's turn 1 almost every time.
Yeah.
Commander.
There's a
Standard,
new
though.
mechanic called Start Your Engines with no description of what that is.
Yeah, well, you start your engine.
I'm-
That's it. You just get your engine started.
Well, I mean, Is that going to mean I'm crewing for cheaper? Is it going to mean my vehicles cost less? Do my vehicles get a buff? Do they get
There's a new car
haze?
type called engines, and you gotta start them.
I swear to God.
It's got a start cost of 2.
You got to tap 2 to start it.
Unless you play Start Your Engines, then you get to start them all for free.
We're getting a desparked Planeswalker as a card.
Yeah.
Because we're getting 3 Planeswalkers native to one of the worlds visited, and then 1 non-native gets a desparked legendary creature version.
We've gotten lots of desparked Planeswalkers. Every set's had them.
Mm-hmm. I was just saying we're getting another one. Your cat and dog deck will have upgrades to it because we're getting cat and dog mounts. Mounts.
Yeah.
What are those?
You ride them.
Yeah.
It's like starting your engines, but you feed them instead of starting.
Oh my God.
Shoot.
We're getting a
Feed your
cycle
engines.
of vanilla legendary creatures.
Feed your engines. What? Is there a Purina Chow card?
Shut the fuck up. We're getting 1 old god and some new gods are introduced. A new Lotus. We're actually getting multicolored Gear Hulks now. Because the Gear Hulks, when they first were introduced in Kaladesh, were all just 1 of each color. Green, red, blue, white, black.
Now they're making 10 of them.
Yeah, probably. New rules text will be showing up on cards. Like this creature saddles, mounts, and crews vehicles using its toughness rather than its power.
Yeah. So it drives with its ass.
Yeah. Whenever you draw a
So
card,
that's
each
someone
opponent
else's stolen
mills 2
joke. I heard
cards.
that off a different.
So mills getting improved. Dinosaurs are getting because one of the things is other dinosaurs you control get +1/+1.
Can you mount a dinosaur?
Yeah, you can try.
There's finally going to be stuff for anti-play against Outlaws, as I'm going to put it, because Outlaws had so much of heisting other people's cards. A new rules text will be whenever a player casts a spell they don't own. It doesn't state what will happen, because obviously...
Ooh, I'm going to build an anti-thief deck. It's like, yeah, that sounds fun. I hope there's enough.
Could you do an anti-pirate deck?
That's what that would be.
Oh.
Yeah.
Goblins are getting a buff because there's going to be there's going to be cards with rulings of add red for each goblin you control. So goblins will be able to snowball out of control.
Well, that's kind of nice because red standard, red modern, red any fucking thing in any format really needed that.
Oh yeah,
needed some red ramp. They took Dockside out. You might as well make Kranko that much more fucking better.
Yeah. That's probably their response to take, because Dockside was a goblin.
taking Dockside out. Yeah.
So we'll make all goblins as bad as Dockside.
Yeah. During turns other than yours, this vehicle is an artifact creature, so vehicles won't be protected from being non-creatures off of your turn.
Wait, say that again?
During turns other than yours, this vehicle is an artifact creature. Because normally you have to crew the vehicle for it to become a creature. So on other...
That just means your vehicles can block.
Yeah, it means your vehicles can block. But also, the reason I say the way I did is because sometimes, like, there are certain vehicles, like in a Chatterfang deck I play on Arena, where it's like, I don't want this to get blocked. I only swing when it can't be. Like, when it
I
has
bet you it's for the mounts.
Probably.
It's got to be for the mounts because I don't see much other reason. Unless it's going to be exclusive to the insect fucking race. The insect bug.
I forgot we were getting the insects and bugs.
Because they change themselves into the vehicles and then, like, they're still...
You can fly a fly?
Yeah.
Another one will be whenever you activate...
Because I think it's got to be on the ground.
God damn you. Whenever you activate an exhaust ability, draw a card.
Exhaust?
Yeah.
Yeah, like your car.
Burn!
Put any number of permanent cards from your hand onto the battlefield.
Say that again?
Put any number of permanent cards from your hand onto the battlefield.
We'll just do all of them.
Which means I could drop a 1313 for free. Or an Eldrazi for free.
And if you're that's a mechanic on a card?
Yeah, that's a ruling text on a card.
What the fuck?
And I'm the kind of dumbass who plays with only permanents in a deck.
Yeah.
So that's like anytime it comes out, my whole hand every time. Because I rarely have interaction.
Whenever you attack...
Can you imagine that card in your heir apparent?
Oh, fuck. I wouldn't put it in there. That's too much thinking. I took the thrumming stone out first.
Really?
No, I'm not running that in hairs no more. That was fucking awful. It's too much math.
Whenever you attack, if a pirate and a vehicle attack to this combat, so pirates and vehicles will get comboed together.
So is there ships?
Yeah. Your boat can attack to
Your
I mean,
Curse of the Black Pearl.
pirates don't have to just be on fucking wooden ships, man.
Yeah, sometimes they could be in super low to the ground street rods racing in Almond Cat.
Kayaks.
I like that. Kayaks, got it. Creatures you control have base power and toughness 6/6 and are oozes in addition to their other types.
Oozes.
So there's your slimes against humanity.
I could do that.
Oozes.
It just changed my oozes into oozes.
Here are some creature type lines from the set, and already I'm interested in the first one. Creature, seal pirate. Like a seal.
Oh.
Arr,
Like,
lizard.
I just pictured
better-
Seal swinging and he's singing to us. As
kiss from a rose.
What's
on
wrong
my
with his face?
We got a lizard berserker. Insect,
Fly like an eagle.
insect archer, core pilot, robot turtle, ape druid.
I like turtles.
Would you like the ape druid?
I'm like, that seems pretty normal comparatively to everything
yeah.
else.
Ape druid.
Zombie cat knight.
Oh, nice.
So it'll be a zombie, a cat, and a knight. I would love to see the artwork on that.
That's got to be a some kind of mummy motherfucker.
Yeah, that's what I was
I
thinking.
bet you it's a mummy. Like,
Almond Cat had a lot of mummies.
well, and I wonder if his
Almond cat.
Yeah, almond cat.
cat.
What's almond cat?
Almond Cat.
Yeah. Avish cat. Lavish cat. There he goes.
Vidalcan Ranger, Dinosaur Dragon Mount, Aetherborn Rogue. Those are all the creatures. Oh, and
So Gonti's gonna be in it.
he's a legendary Aetherborn Rogue, so yeah. It's gonna be Gonti.
Gonti. Well, the Aether Spark, Aether this, Aether that. He's from Almond Cat.
Yeah.
Isn't he?
I don't know if he's from Almond Cat. I'd have to look that
Wait,
up.
what's the Sahili? D-Spark Sahili.
Oh, it could be a D-Spark Sahili from Kaladesh.
Kaladesh. So that's where fucking he's from Kaladesh. Gonti's from Kaladesh, isn't he? Because isn't that where the Aether Violet or the Aether Flux
Hold on,
Reservoir?
let me... Where is Gonti from MVG? He's from Kaladesh.
Yeah, so Kaladesh is where
Avishkar.
Avishkar. Yeah, there you go. Because
They changed
sorry,
it.
we just said a racist word a bunch of times. Excuse us.
And we got some names for cards in the set. So we have Adrenaline Jockey, Flood the Engine, Gas Guzzler, Maximum Overdrive, Pedal to the Metal, Road Rage, Roadside Assistance, the Speed Demon, Spin Out, and Siphon Fuel.
I hope the face of Siphon Fuel is like just some gnarly looking orc that's like stealing gas and he's like spitting it all out. Like, I just hope it's like or like a goblin or somebody that, like, I feel like I can picture that artwork already.
Yeah.
It's like if a hillbilly from a trailer was an orc.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's all the teasers I can find.
That's all the teasers.
But yeah, I bet you
I'm
these
looking
Spark
to see if there's
Planeswalker's
any more.
going to be Sahili then.
No. Because it specifically said it's from someone who's not native to any of those planes.
So I bet you it's Tezzeret.
Yeah, it could be Tezzeret.
Because he's gonna.
You know more about the story than
he's
me.
gonna be coming into the whole blind or the fucking what's the space set that's coming out? Because the space set.
You'd have to go to Magic's website because they got them all.
The sets have been bleeding into each other too much. I wonder if
I need to sit over there for this shit. Edge of Eternities.
Yeah, because they're gonna go through this race. Someone's gonna win. Unless they give
August
us
1st, 2025.
Dude, what if they just say fuck it and de-spark Jace? Jace has been lurking around in the back.
Dude, that'd be mad. Like, I don't know the story that well, but that'd be mad to de-spark Jace.
So the artwork for the fucking spark that they're giving away as the prize has Vraska's hand on it. She's holding it up. So it's almost said that she's winning it because they're trying to get loot from Valgathoth, who's participating in the race already. And then you got the Blind Eternities coming up, or whatever the fuck. That's all related, but so I think.
What's the set after? Do you still have Magic?
I bet you.
I wasn't even on Magic's website.
Something happens. Jace has to sacrifice his spark so that Vraska can win the fucking spark to go get loot back, and then. When Jace has lost his spark, Tezzeret comes back and he's like, "Ha fucker!"
So Edge of Eternities is the next Magic set. Magic set.
Lore-based set.
Yeah, it's Aetherdrift, and then it's, I guess Tarkir Dragonstorm. Is that a reprint set, or is that a whole new set? I'm so confused by it. Because I know we're going back to Tarkir.
I don't know I've heard about Tarkir. Like, as far as why or what the fuck we're doing.
Okay. I figured since if you followed the lore, you might know.
No, that's what everything I kind of come to.
When does Tarkir
skips
come out?
over Tarkir?
4/11, so April.
April, so we are skipping March.
And then
we're skipping all of March.
And May. Because the next set after that is Final Fantasy.
Final Fantasy.
Or not Spider-Man. June is Final Fantasy.
End of June to boot.
Middle of June.
Oh, is it middle?
June 13th.
Yeah, Final Fantasy's.
And then
August. Vegas is all about.
So we're skipping July too.
And September. Because the next one after that is August 1st.
So they basically went to every other month other than this January, February thing.
Yeah.
And then, we don't know when Spider-Man will come out, and we don't know when the Universes Beyond set will come out.
But that still keeps you scheduled up to the same
I thought Final Fantasy and Spider-Man were universes.
SpongeBob.
SpongeBob's a secret lair.
Oh yeah, that's a secret lair. But no, we have another UUB.
Really?
I'm still on the thought that that's going to be a holiday version of Final Fantasy.
I could totally see it being a holiday release Final Fantasy.
I could see it being a holiday Marvel.
That too. I said because it'd either be directly after Spider-Man, so it'll be a second Marvel set to bleed into that, or we're going to get a holiday version because when Lord of the Rings released, it was a June release, and then its last set was the holiday set of the year.
Oh, yeah.
And Final Fantasy releases in June, so that would leave perfect time for it to be a holiday set. Or something else.
I was gonna say I doubt Spider-Man's our last Marvel set, so they'll probably do that. You're probably right. Final Fantasy will be Christmas, and then we'll have our one Marvel set this year, and then probably another one or two next year.
Which means I don't think we'll hear what that Universes Beyond set is until after the release
of Final Fantasy.
If we hear about it before, that's because it's not that. I bet
you're probably not wrong.
Oh yeah, because who knows? They do some weird shit these days, but I try to follow the patterns.
I'm still just salty that they've made Universes Beyond standard legal now, so immediately, because the way my brain goes, and I still think of when I was in high school, that's where a lot of my Magic mindset comes from, is how that shit went back then, because I don't follow necessarily standard anymore.
Yeah.
But standard always drove secondary market prices to be insane. Universes Beyond already has the issue of the good cards go really high up in price a lot.
Artwork on good cards.
Now they're going to have artwork on good cards, and now they're going to be standard legal. So unless from now on the Universes Beyond sets are going to get more printings of them, like how I use Foundations as the no, we use Outlaws. Outlaws is a standard legal set. You'll be able to. I mean, I don't know how long you'll be able to buy that, but I imagine you'll be able to buy it for as long as it's standard legal.
It could be as short as a year because Wilds of Eldraine Draft is already out of print.
Is it already out of print?
And it's only been out for a year and a couple months.
Damn.
A year and a few months.
See, they
Not
changed.
even
It used.
2-year mark.
It used to be the entire standard set. It was reprinted.
At this point, it's almost perceived at being whenever they randomly choose because there's no set amount of time anymore.
Yeah, I hate the way they're doing shit now. But I was gonna say, so unless they continue to print them, the Universes Beyond sets, they'll have that initial printing, and then they'll be so expensive afterwards because they're going to be seeing standard play for 2 years.
And print runs only go until demand or until they get close to a quantity of printed that reaches like, okay, we've never printed this much for any other set. We're not doing it for this one. And then they just cut it off. That's probably what happened with Wilds of Eldraine. They probably sold and printed stuff.
People like you.
Oh, I loved it.
I know.
Wild to Eldraine is one of the only ones that I can't get my hands on.
Yeah, it was such a fun set, too.
Because I can still buy Outlaws.
I can get my hands on it. All I do is go into the other room of my house and start grabbing fucking cards. Most of my collection's that.
That was a fucking great set, though.
It was
especially for you to start out in.
Yeah.
It was a good set. It was a really good set.
I still have to track down singles every now and then for it.
Which blows my mind.
I never got the new Corvold. I never got the new Corvold. There were some of the land cycles I missed out on. Little things here and there.
That always seems to be in the set. In any new set, I always chase the fucking good lands out of them. I can never get a fucking set of them. I can never get enough of the lands.
And theirs weren't even that good. They didn't have special treatment lands.
Right.
It was just like, what the fuck were they? It was the Restless ones.
Mm-hmm.
And I got like so many of the Boros one, but I didn't get any of the fucking gingerbread cabin one. It's the fucking Restless Cottage. Like, it's the I love that set because of the gingerbread shit in it too. Like I don't know.
That shit made me laugh.
Yeah, I just couldn't get any of that
It's
one.
very
But I have like 12
fairy-tale-esque.
copies of the fucking Restless Boviac, which is a giant fucking ox bull thing.
Well, you need all the oxbow things you can get.
No.
Wait, you don't want to be the next, like, Paul Bunyan with your ox
The next
buddy?
Bruce Tarl, Bonnie Paul.
Sure.
Bruce Tarl is the guy that makes oxes from Outlaws of Thunder.
I was going to say, I don't remember that one.
He's in Boros too. Cinco.
Go figure he is.
But, no, I don't quite understand what the fuck they just decided to cancel print and shit for, though.
I don't understand half their thought process besides... I almost want to say money and greed, but shit, canceling print runs early doesn't say money and greed.
No, that's
what it does is when when something's selling like crazy, you want to kill that demand and hope that the demand shifts from one set to the other. So you're taking something that may be popular, but you're not. Like what you don't want to sell any more Wilds Eldraine. You want to get the March of the Machines Aftermath out of the warehouse and not just have to burn them. So you just stop printing the popular stuff.
Stop printing Wild so people fucking buy up the murders.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I understand why they do it. My complaint is they don't do it right. Like, if you're like, obviously everyone loved Wilds of Eldraine. Murders at Karlov didn't become too popular. Outlaws was popular, but then people shit on it because they said it's just Murders reprinted. Or not reprinted, but like the same art style as Murders, which I found to be dumb. But it's like, alright, so those two flop. You shouldn't, in my opinion, quit that print run until you know there's a set similar to it. Because obviously everyone loves this shit for a fucking reason. If you shut that down, that ain't guaranteeing anyone's going to buy shit. All that guarantees is people continue to hate this, and then they're going to bitch because you shut down their like of what they
the other thing it does is you're stuck buying the new set, too. Like,
Yeah.
it's, man, I can't get any more Wilds Eldraine. I'll just go ahead and see how this new set is. So you go out and you buy cards for the new set, and they hope that you latch onto that. But, yeah, so it's a fucking supply and demand shell game.
Oh, I know. You don't love logistics.
Yeah, so.
Logistics.
What's our time?
Like 105.
105.
Yeah, I could drain my nose. So
Okay. Alright, are we good?
I mean, I think we're good.
Okay. Alright, awesome.
I hit
Awesome.
that on the nose, too.
Very good discussion about everything, really, today.
Marvel.
So,
Innistrad.
Marvel, video games. Yeah, we went through. Alright, this has been this episode of Pints and Pages on Nick,
I'm right.
I'm Levi.
and we will see you next time.